guys, it's Mark with Hawkeye Ordnance. I'm here with Adam Maxwell from P3 Multi-Gun and Grundhauser Gunworks. First off, we want to thank Arms & Arms and SureFire for having us out. We're at the USPSA Multi-Gun Nationals. And one thing we wanted to talk about was this device from SureFire. So Adam's been running this on his gun. For those of you who follow the Facebook, you know that my rifle just recently went down, and so I'm not shooting this match with the brake that I was supposed to be shooting with. But thank you so much to Joe Hauser over at SureFire for hooking us up with the tickets plus the brake. So I'm going to have Adam talk a bit.
And you did get some trigger time on the ProComp before we came out here.
I did.
In preparation for the match.
I did.
And your gun blew up.
Yeah, before it had nothing to do with the comp, of course, but the
whole other story.
Yeah, Jesus. All right, we'll look for future videos on that, or when this comes out, it could be past. It just depends on how I decide to roll. But Adam, tell us a little bit about the comp and what we're looking at here.
This is the MB-556K. This is actually a discontinued version of this brake. The core principles and design features of it live on in the SureFire ProComp and also in the 556 SOCOM. This one gained a lot of popularity because it is a base for their suppressors, and that was one of the big selling points that has gotten a lot of them out in the hands of shooters. This is actually one of the first, my first rifle that I ever built for 3-gun. I put this on it. I've tried a lot of different brakes over the years, made by various manufacturers, and it's kind of the tricky thing about brakes is they all kind of do a very similar thing,
right?
And subtle differences only get you subtle changes, and it's just one piece of a bigger system to really figure out what it does for you in recoil.
Yep.
But I do feel pretty strongly that this is a standard by which other muzzle brakes are judged.
Yeah, you see a lot of the major companies,
yeah,
when they first kick out their rifle, they've got this on it. The FNs, the Colts, who else?
APF did when they first came out with it before they designed their Butcher.
Yep.
You know, the list goes on and on. But this is kind of a base that a lot of people go to. So I kind of look at it that way. You know, when somebody comes out with a new striker-fired pistol, you know, it can do all kinds of great things, but
is it
better than a Glock?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but you know, they're talking about the Glock when they ask what it does. And I kind of feel like SureFire is that way with their compensators. You know, there are single port, dual port like this one, and 3-port compensators. I think the dual port is kind of the just right recipe there. I think there's kind of a diminishing return on 3-port muzzle brakes.
Yep.
It's still light for what it is. I mean, it's machined out of stainless steel. It's not bulky. It's very trim, very form factor conscious, and it's taken a lot of abuse. And I've never seen one have a baffle strike. The closer that the bore is to your bullet, the more effective it will be. And some brakes out there we have seen, they get a little bit too close or it flexes over time. You get a baffle strike and then your compensator is destroyed.
Most of the guys that have watched this channel religiously over the last couple of years know that I've been running a Titan, and it is a very aggressive compensator.
Yep.
And I do like it a lot. What I noticed when I ran this was I did give up a little bit of that dwell time for me. Just it mostly was a timing issue because I kind of know my timing on my comp. But it took enough weight off the front of my gun that I actually noticed a shift in the weight, you know, in the point of sort of balance of the gun came back a little further, and it made my 18 a little more wieldable, which I really, really did like. I didn't get enough time with it, unfortunately, to say, you know, this is a good or bad. I got enough time to know that I would be totally stoked to have it on any gun I had it.
Yep.
And it definitely does its job very, very well. And they all, I mean, all of the multi-chamber comps are going to do that to some extent. The
amount of recoil reduction, we've talked about this before, it's like triggers that we talked about in some of our other reviews. It's very subjective. It's very hard to objectively measure how much a gun recoils and how much it recoils over another one.
Yep.
And there's many things working in harmony when we talk about the recoil impulse on an AR-15.
Yeah.
But I certainly think this is a top choice for consideration.
For sure.
It's the first muzzle brake that I ever bought, and it's the one that I continue to put on all my rifles. All my 3-gun rifles wear a SureFire muzzle brake.
And again, we're always talking about price point here, not so much in the actual dollars, but this one comes in right down there in sort of the bottom of the cost world.
The ProComp is pretty economically
$60, $70, something like that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So I mean, there's only a handful down there under $100 do anything close to this, and this is certainly one of them. So we're going to be rolling in some footage here a little bit so you can see Adam shooting this thing at the match, and then we'll come back. definitely worth checking out. Adam, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming out. We'll see you on the next one, guys. God bless. What are the odds? Hey guys, it's Mark with Hawkeye Ordnance. I'm here with Adam back.